drive by with their cars, or people could get together, play a song. There's many options yet. I think we could do that. We could make it work. And if worse comes to worse, we just drive around in the town again and honor all the veterans.
That sounds great, Paul. But we just have to go by I think the Connecticut guidelines.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they are right now for outdoor events right now. I don't
right.
even know.
Right. So we don't even know.
They canceled the Even parade.
So like all the St. Patrick's Day parades that were canceled. We're not going to New Haven. We're not going to Hartford, and we're not even going up to Massachusetts this year. Oh, I mean, we didn't do it last year, but.
Well, let's put the Memorial Day on pause until March to the meeting. Okay. Then we can make a hard decision, because by then in March, you know what, Danny, we could say, okay, we're going to do a virtual one, or we're going to do a like we did last year, drive-by, or we have everybody gets vaccinated and everything's looking great, and we can have a parade. So there's another month, which we have plenty of time still.
Great. Right. Okay.
All right. Next subject would be the Christmas parade, and the chair would be, we're going to make the co-chair on that one will be Harvey.
Okay. Who's the chair on that?
The co-chair will be Harvey.
Okay. So Harvey's going to work on the Christmas parade then.
Yes.
Okay.
We're all going to work, but what the person is, that person is going to be the contact for everything. You know what I mean?
Okay. Good. Okay.
I'm not saying you all have to work on it, but Harvey's going to be the contact person.
No, that's fine. It's just as well, because, I have to, with my knees and all, I have some problems sometimes running around and all. So, I could do some of the work, like being a contact person, things like that. And someone really worries about the other. What?
As long as you're available on the other end of a phone when I've got questions.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's it. Phone and email. Either way, I could, be a contact either way on some of these things if people have to contact us.
All right, perfect on that. All right, so we know who that is, and then we can discuss that coming up. Memorial Day, Christmas lights. Like I said, I like to take care of that with the help of people again. The next one would be Halloween scary lawns. Any takers? Stephanie, any takers?
I think Stephanie.
Can I just say one thing? I know I'm jumping around, but the downtown Halloween business contest, I don't know what you had in mind, but maybe we could work with the school's arts department to actually have students decorate the downtown business windows.
Lucy, when we get there, I'll tell you what we had in mind for that.
Okay.
Anybody for scary lawns? You know what? I'll chair that as well until we get somebody that wants to step up to the plate, because it's a new event, and anybody who wants to work with me on it side by side, I have no problem.
Might be able to help you, but I don't really want to commit to anything, because I'm going to have the baby, and I don't know how things are going to be.
You have a grandmother that will watch the child 24 hours.
Excuses. What do you think? A baby's going to be a lot of work or something?
Question on that one, on the scary lawn, are you going to ask people to register like you did in the past with the Christmas?
I'll give you a quick thing. I will have everything for the March meeting. I've been doing a lot of research online from what other towns did, and I want to run it by some attorneys fast, because this one's a little bit more is a little bit different than the Christmas light. But yes, everybody would register. There'll be a couple of different categories, nothing crazy, like 2 categories, and people just decorate their front lawns, and then we're going to do the same thing, where people could drive by, do a week in advance. You can't have the problem with how decorating. What I've learned from other towns is Halloween decorations don't hold up too good to the wet weather and the extreme weather in October sometimes. So they're not like Christmas lights. You know, they're not waterproof. Some of the decorations. So I'm looking at what other time, doing some more research. All this snow that we've been having and stuff. I haven't had really much.
The one thing I can say about Halloween now is there's so many things now where they almost sell more stuff for that than Christmas. So maybe
Right.
you know what I mean? So maybe we could put up certain areas downtown, light poles or something, and let each classroom try to come up with some stuff. Maybe they could put garland on it, or they could put
Well, don't forget now the arts and culture. They do decorate the downtown, and I don't want to step on their toes right now.
Oh, you're right. No rub, no feathers.
I have no problem working with them, and maybe we could invite them to the next meeting, and maybe we all could come up with something that they can help with, the downtown. But, I'll jump. So everybody's talking about downtown. I'll go to that really fast. So when Anne-Marie was on last month, what she was talking about is the same thing we want to do for Christmas time is when we have the holiday lights, such as, or scary lawns, we want the businesses to go into a decorating contest so they could decorate their storefronts and have another contest amongst just for businesses. So when people drive by, it promotes the businesses downtown as well as them decorating their windows. Mm-hmm. So get their name out there too.
The only reason I mentioned working with the art department with downtown is originally from the town that I came from in New York, the students used to actually paint the windows for of the downtown business people. And it was like a contest between the students, but it was supervised by this by the teacher, so that you knew what was going to be put on the windows. It wasn't graffiti. It was something like that.
So what we could
and it really makes it interesting to see something like that with the windows being painted and all. You could drive by or walk by and see something like that. But that was just a thought that I was thinking of for downtown decorations.
I think it's great. It's a great suggestion. I'm going to ask Rory to take a note, and maybe he could text me or email me a contact for the downtown business people. So I could maybe invite them to one of the meetings as well, a few people. That way we can get everybody on board. So there's no guessing, or there's no short notice and stuff like that.
Well, what you would do on something like that is if the person, the owner, agrees to have it done, then you would assign a person to that particular storefront. It isn't that people would just go up there and.
Or unless people want to decorate their own stores.
But we'd have to work with the downtown people to make sure they were interested in that.
That's why I'm going to have Rory try to get me a contact for the downtown business people, and I can call a few of them and get a couple of them involved to see where we could go with that.
Perfect.
Maybe have a special meeting just for that.
Perfect.
It also enhances what our events and what our mission statement is, and also enhances and promotes businesses downtown, which everybody can use.
I think so, yeah.
You do some fundraising too. I know we get some funds from the town, but I think we have to try to do some fundraising as well for some of these new events until they really get off. So, does anybody have any suggestions for some kind of fundraising?
I do.
Go ahead.
We run one that's successful for the Hurricanes, and we do it right at the Strand. I think we could do a comedy night. I have all the hookups. I know just all we have to do is book the Strand, and you sign up, and you get the comedians, and they could do a PG show. They could do an R show. They could do you know what I mean?
How much does the Strand charge us?
Well, I don't know what they would charge us being the town, but they charge the Hurricanes, I think, $650.
How many people do we get to usually go to the show?
When we did it, we averaged each time we did it $3,500. The key is that you have to have like a raffle in there to give
No,
away.
How many people?
Oh, how many people? Well, we didn't really, the most we ever had was what, about 80, 90?
We got hit with a snowstorm.
The first time we did it, we got hit with a snowstorm and we still raised $3,500.
Well, I'm thinking maybe we go to the land trust where it's free.
How big is it?
It
That
holds
sounds
100
good.
people.
See, because all I'm saying is like you need, well, let me just say this. If you want to do it successfully, you got to get a liquor license and you got to sell liquor because people don't like to, unless it's for the towns. This is what I'm saying. Like, for all I know is how to raise money for the Hurricanes. And, when we did it, we had to get a liquor license so they could sit down, have a couple drinks. You got to monitor it and make sure.
Over 21.
And it had to be over 21. And then we had a raffle at the end. So there's a little bit of an involvement with it to make money. But see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I never ran anything for the town of Seymour. Sometimes when you run comedy nights like that, you just pay for the ticket to get in.
Right.
And then, but that's not how the comedy clubs work it. They work it where they get all the money at the gate coming in. And then you get the raffle tickets and all that other stuff. I mean, or you just pay a fee. No, that's it. You pay $750, so you get the gate and you have to. But all in all, you got to shell out about $1,300.
Okay. So the only problem now with that is, and it's the same problem. I love the idea, but starting a fundraiser right now and try to get money for October. That's the scary thing.
No, I realize that, but I mean that could be. But you'll be surprised, though. I think, for me watching it, because we're us with the nonprofit, we've been keeping our eye on it.
Okay.
When you have a comedy show, let's just say in July or August,
Right.
people are going to be dying to get out. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to want to go out. They want to go out and do something. Maybe we host an outdoor venue comedy night.
Okay. Let's put that on. Let's put that on the agenda for next month. Get all the details, Danny, so we can talk about it. And I'm going to do some research on another fundraiser and bring it to the table next month too. And let's move forward with it so we can make some money. If we could start funding some of these events ourselves, it'll be great. So the taxpayers don't have to have a burden either. A little bit,
Yeah.
Alex, talking about fundraising and money, now that we're under the new name and all, what are we doing with the funds? Should we be changing them, putting them all into one particular?
No, I just changed the name of the
event. How are you going to do that?
We're going to keep it the Memorial Day and Christmas still. The checking accounts the way they are. And then going forward, if we have anything else that we're going to start raising for different events, we're going to call it the events. So like the holiday scary lawns, and the Christmas light ones and all that will be into the events category. And then the other ones that are separate, because we have people that can donate to each group, and I don't want to put it all into one because it's not fair to the people who donate to one parade and not to the other parade. So
right.
So that's what we're going to do.
I agree. Well, some of these other things, like the scary lawn and downtown and, Halloween, that shouldn't take that much in funds as far as that goes, because how much money does it take for something like that?
You need prize monies. It cost us about $2,000 in prize money just for the holiday lights.
Well, the other thing we could do is we could go to the local stores and ask them to say, like, first place, donated by Pizarro's Pizza. You could do second place donated by Mag's Pizza. We could ask.
I agree. We just got to get people to do that. Don't forget, this last one started. We had 2 weeks to put an event under, and we phenomenal.
I'm just saying that we could.
Zoe's wants to sponsor one. I know he already told me he wants to sponsor a first place for next year's holiday lights. So that's $250 right there.
And then you know what you do? You put the sign up in front of their house and say first place sponsored by Zoe's Pizza, and he gets free advertisements by it because everybody's going to be driving by to look at the lights and see who won.
Right. Absolutely.
That's how you sell it to them.
All right, so we have all that stuff. We'll add some of that stuff. So anybody with fundraiser ideas, bring up to the table for next month, so we can get stuff going. We have other stuff. I'll talk to Rory about getting some contact names for the downtown. I don't know if there's a group or a committee anymore, the downtown committee or something like that. I don't know if there is anymore, but I'll talk to Rory about that this week. We'll go into public comment and open forum. Is there anybody for public comment or open forum that we usually do? I'll go right around the table so that I don't have any public comment. We'll say, Fred, what do you have, Fred, for open forum?
Alex, just from an organizational perspective, you're using the term co-chair for the different events. Are you saying they're going to 2 chairs for each event or just 1 chair?
1 chair.
Why don't we use the term coordinator for each event?
Coordinator. Okay. Coordinator.
You're the
Perfect.
chair of the committee. There's 1 chair of the committee.
Okay, and then we'll have a coordinator for that event.
Okay. That's my suggestion. That's all I have to say
That's
tonight.
not good.
Makes
That's
sense.
perfect.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I think that's a good idea.
That's why we keep Fred. That's why we keep Fred.
It's got to serve a purpose. Nice
That's
job,
right.
Fred.
All right. Let's see. We'll go to the youngest person next. Lucy, what do you have?
Yes. I really don't have anything other than that, what I did mention about the downtown decorating of the storefronts. That was just a thought. And also, like I said, being that I am retired now, I could be a contact person for any one of these events that may want information or signing up. So,
That'll be
you know,
perfect.
rather than...
We're going to put your picture on a billboard with your home phone number. Perfect.
Well, I don't mind, you know, my phone as well as my how have you been doing most of your registration?
Everything right online.
Well, yeah, so why can't they just email me and I could just put all that information together and have it all ready to go so that it's all done and, you know.
Perfect.
You know, and I could do it for all the events that are doing it so that, you know, I'm there every day. I could, you know, just take the listing off every day.
All right. So for the next event we run, we'll go through registration through you.
Okay, and I don't mind doing that because, you know, as I said, it's something that I can do without any problem whatsoever. It takes a lot off of somebody else that's working that has to worry about it.
I appreciate it. Danny, what do you got?
Yes.
Any final things?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
I think the one thing I was thinking about is if we're gonna have like this little, if we're gonna call it the event that kind of host all these 4 different things.
Yes.
I think maybe what we could kind of do start either start or hop in with something in Seymour, maybe on the First Selectmen's Facebook page, and try to get some of that stuff out through that. Like, in other words, it's a you know, because I think that's where we could get a lot of fundraising. We could get a lot of people could put pictures on there during the contest, put their Christmas lights out and decorate this and that, and they go to those pages. And the problem is having somebody dedicated to run it, I think, would be the hardest part.
Well, you know what? That's a great idea. What I'm going to do is have Mr. Catlin draw up a nice, because he's probably the best person to draw up a nice letter, so that way he can cross his own T's and dot his own I's. A informational thing on what the new events committee is doing, such as this different events, and put it on Facebook to get the name out there, and also we're looking for members too.
Right. And you could think about it too. Like there may be a group of moms that actually come together and say, "Hey, let's make a haunted house," or and different groups could come out of each thing, and we can make it like little social events in town. I think because if you follow like the Seymour Moms Facebook page,
Yes.
I have to say the fact that they started that Buy Nothing Seymour, where people help other people, is awesome. And you get something out of that. You create a good little community bonds for each different organization, because some people don't like Halloween, but then they could participate in the Christmas. They could do little downtown Christmas fairs or something like that.
That's why
it could be a good starting point.
That's why I wanted to change the names to events and have different people on it. So, because not everybody likes Christmas and not everybody likes Halloween.
Right. And then you could get the word out to the community that we're looking for different people for different groups. You know what I mean? You could actually break it up into groups.
Perfect. So on that note, I'm going to go to Harvey. He could, for his open forum, and hopefully, Harvey, would you be able to do a letter like that?
Are you looking for a Facebook post or a letter?
Like a nice informational letter, what we're trying to do, and the different events that we're trying to fundraise for, and like a membership that we could put onto the town webpage, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can put something together. Speaking of membership, Kevin Reichel would be interested if we would like to invite him to join at some level. He does a lot with the decorating and the lights. He's very community minded. He's a really great guy. He did the map for us for the Christmas lighting thing.
178 Mountain Road. Yes.
Yeah, he would be an excellent addition.
Rory, can you just take note to that for Kevin Reichel?
Reichelt.
Okay, I need, Alex, I'll talk to you. I just need a little bit more information, but we'll.
Oh, yes.
Get done.
All right. Almost done, Rory. We'll be out of here for you. Lucy, the dead, Bev.
Oh,
No, I just want to make sure that when we run these contests that we put on the town's webpage, like who won the holiday lighting contest and,
Right.
And make sure that people are recognized for their efforts that they do. That's all.
We had a little delay that time because we had that storm. And then I worked a 32-hour shift that day with the storm, and I dropped the ball because I was passed out tired. But it won't. We'll have some different checks and balances in place for the next time, so we don't have that problem.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Singh, what do you got, bud?
I think these organized events will help, involve public community, Seymour community very well. I think a lot of people will like that, and I think it will be good bonding between our communities, different diversity people, and it will help. I think that's a great idea to have all these events.
It's trying to get the community back together again and trying to get people back on boards and do stuff that's fun.
Exactly. I think that
we have a very fun board. I mean, we try to keep it in line, but our board is fun. We get along good.
Yep.
Because we enjoy what we're doing. Stephanie, what do you got, Steph?
I'm good. I don't have anything.
Oh, just like a first danker that never speaks. Did I miss anybody? Nope. Only thing under new business we'll go to is that I'm going to ask Dee Caruso to write a few grants for funding for the downtown decorations. They have some stuff that Tom Amy has been working on to try to string the garland across the main street like it used to be. I know Fred remembers that. And a couple things. We got some pricing. What?
I remember it too. Fred and I are the same age.
Oh.
I'm just aged worse than he has.
I thought Fred was younger than you.
He looks it. I know. I've got more mileage.
That's all right. But yes, we wanted to get some funds for that, and then maybe and then get some funding for the Christmas light program and for the Halloween program. Doesn't hurt to try to write a grant for that, you know?
I have a little grant writing experience, not a lot, nothing I'm ready to take out by myself, but if somebody's going to prepare a grant, I've written them to the New Haven Foundation and the Matthews Foundation and been successful, so.
Yeah, Dee does it for the
Help out with
town.
that.
Dee doesn't allow them for the town, and she's been we're
Oh,
pretty
good.
fortunate.
I'm no grant writer, I dabbled a couple times and they liked my application.
Thank you. And old business, I don't think we had any, because we talked about everything. And does anybody have anything else before I call for a motion to adjourn? Perfect. Just a real quick recap. We're going to add those couple things on for next month. Everybody knows. Do your homework assignments. Is there a motion to adjourn?
John, make the motion to adjourn.
A second it.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Perfect. All in
Lucy.
favor? Aye, and aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Everybody be safe and talk to everybody soon.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Thank
Thank you.